Hello and welcome everyone to a new video on our YouTube channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how to fabricate your own floor pan on this BMW E30. So stick around. As you guys have seen in the previous video where we reinforced our frame rail on this side, we reconstructed the whole frame rail and threw on some stiffening plates and some braces. And the video before that where we patched this rocker panel. In today's video we're going to be continuing the series and closing this side of the car. So we're gonna start by cleaning some stuff out, removing some dangling pieces of metal here and there, and making it ready to be closed. So as you saw guys, we cut all the dangling metal, all the rusty metal is now removed. We also found that there was a rotten piece on this top layer here. We cut it out. Now we need to patch it before we can install the floor pan. But now we're gonna start grinding, removing all the spot welds, all the old stuff, and cleaning everything out to get them ready for some new sheet metal. So we made this template out of cardboard to patch the side of the trans tunnel. So now we're gonna transfer it on this piece of sheet metal, place it around, cut it out, and then weld it in. Okay guys, so here we have the piece that we cut out. As you can see, we drilled a couple of spot welds that we're gonna weld to the transmission bracket. Now we're gonna set her in place and start welding her in. And now after we welded it all up, we're gonna weld in the spot welds. So as you saw, we finished installing the piece on the side of the trans tunnel, and we also welded a small patch here. Now we're gonna clean everything out once more with the wire brush here. We're gonna clean the insides of the frame rail, and then we're gonna give her a coat of metal primer, which is gonna protect it from rusting later on. And then we're gonna start cutting the new patch piece, the floor pan, and start welding her in. Now that we got everything clean, we're gonna start laying down the protective coating. So now that we got everything ready, it's time to bring out the tape measure and start taking some measurements. And now that we got our measurements, it's time to transfer them on the piece of sheet metal and cut our piece out. So as you saw guys, we got our floor pan cut out. Now there's still some trimming and traces that need to be done. We need to bend some stuff and drill a lot of spot welds. You're gonna see that later on. But now there are a couple of points that I would like to discuss with you guys to make some stuff clear for the viewers and for the people that would like to do this on their own car. Starting with, what should you do? Make your own floor pan out of some sheet metal, or buy an aftermarket floor pan which is already stamped and ready to be installed. There are a couple of advantages and disadvantages for each route, which we are going to compare right now.
First, we're going to talk about buying a pre-made floor pan. The advantages of it is that you have it already stamped and it's ready for installation. There's also no fabrication required. All you have to do is trim around the edges until it fits in your car. Thirdly, it's easier to work with. It's idiot-proof because they have done most of the job for you already. But on the other hand, it's way more expensive than buying a sheet metal and making it on your own. You also cannot control the thickness or the quality of the sheet metal, so you have no room for improvement in the rigidity of the car. But the other possible route, which is fabricating your own floor pan, there's also a lot of disadvantages and advantages. We're gonna start with the advantages. The first one is that it's way cheaper to buy a piece of sheet metal and make your floor pan out of it on your own. And unlike the pre-made one, you can control the thickness of it. You can choose the sheet metal with the thickness that you want, as we chose the 14 gauge. And you also have a lot of room for modification. For example, we're gonna be widening the wheel well area to make room for more steering angle and bigger tires. But for the disadvantages, it's way more time consuming because we're gonna be building it from scratch. And it's gonna take a lot of fabrication and measurements and test fitting before it finally fits in like the way it should be. You will need a lot of experience to work with metal and a lot of special tools and skills.
So now that we got that topic out of the way, we're gonna continue working. We're gonna start by drilling the spot welds on both sides of the floor pan. Okay guys, so a quick update on what we have done. We've drilled the spot welds and cut a channel here because we want to bend this piece up in order to spot weld it to the rocker panel. Now this is the length of the rocker panel. But after that, it does not require to be bent because it's gonna be straight up and welded to the wheel well.
Using a chisel, we're gonna hit on it on the line where we want to bend to make an edge.
Now that we put an edge in it with the chisel, we can easily bend it with a vice grip.
Now that we bend it into shape, we're gonna smooth it out with a hammer and dolly.
Okay guys, so we took some more measurements and traced them on the sheet metal here. This is the shape of the floor pan that we cut out of the car, and we're gonna be replicating it by doing it like that in order to achieve the shape that we want.
Now we have the floor pan ready to be bent into the shape of the wheel well and the firewall. Placing it on this metal cage of the generator, I'm gonna sit on it to hold it in place, and they're gonna bend it down with their feet and some hammers. Now we got the floor pan somewhat bent into shape and ready.
Okay guys, so as you can see, we got the floor pan knocked up in its place, but we're not gonna finally install it because we're tracing around the frame rail in order to drill the spot welds to connect the floor pan to the frame rail. And as you can see, we have some extra points to drill here because if you haven't seen the previous video where we reinforced the frame rail, we added some metal plates between both sides of the frame rail to support it and keep it from twisting and to have more surface area to weld the floor pan to. So if you haven't watched that video, make sure you go watch it because we showed you how to fix a cracked frame rail and get rid of all the rust and reinforce it and base it from the inside and the outside. Now we're gonna start drilling the spot weld. Okay guys, so as you can see here, we got the floor pan already. We finished everything up We trimmed around the perimeter of it, and now it fits perfectly with the car. And we also did all the bands that we need, as you can see. And now this is the wheel well area. It's perfect with the car. We also did all the spot welds that we need. These are for the frame rail, and this here are for the trans tunnel. And on the other side, we have the ones to connect it to the rocker pan. Now it's time to slap it in place and start welding. Okay guys, so as you can see, we got the floor pan installed inside of the car. This is the final resting place of it. Now we need to start welding. As you can see, all the spot welds line up perfectly with the frame and over there on the trans tunnel. So we're gonna start welding it where it's contacting the metal and can be welded, and then we're gonna hammer it around to make it fit better and weld it some more.
Here we are using a winch to close the gap between the frame rail and the top of the floor pan.
Okay guys, so a quick update on what we have done. Till now, we welded the floor pan to the frame rail here, and we also ran a bead along the seam here between the old floor pan and the new one. We also spot welded the floor pan to the rocker here, and we also ran another bead on top just to be safe and make sure that it bonds correctly. Now I'm gonna turn my focus to the other side. As you can see, we've done a couple of spot welds between the floor pan and the trans tunnel. Now we're gonna continue doing that, and then we're gonna close this seam. But keep in mind that there's a lot of adjustments and trimming going on off camera, since this is the main downside of doing your own floor pan.
One eternity later.
So unfortunately guys, it's been about 8 months since the last clip that you saw earlier. We have abandoned the car and we got busy in life, and now we're back and we're gonna continue where we left. So just for us to recall, the last step that we did was start welding the floor pan in. We welded it to the frame and we started welding it to the rest of the sheet metal. Now we're gonna continue with that, and precisely on the trans tunnel. Guys, so after a lot of hours doing metal work, we finally finished the driver's side floor pan. We got all new sheet metal, we cut it all the rust out, we enforced everything, and we got it done. We fabricated our own floor pan using some 2mm thick sheet metal. We welded it up to our previously braced up frame rail and to the reinforced rocker panel. And just like that, we finished the major work on the driver's side here. We still have a couple of things to button up, like we need to brush all the surface rust that accumulated because of the sitting that it has been doing, and we need to throw on a coat of metal primer before going any further. In the next video, we're gonna turn our focus on the other side of the car. As you can see, we have similar rust issues and maybe even more. As you can see, the frame rail have been repaired poorly before. We're gonna be reconstructing our own frame rail. We also have super rusty and rotten floor pans that we need to cut all the rust out and make ourselves a new one just like the driver's side. We're gonna throw on it a lot of tricks and spices to brace it up and make it sturdier than factory, so stay tuned for that. Now we have reached the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned a couple of stuff along the way. If you did, make sure to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below. See you on the next one.